Hello everyone, and welcome back to another CPL event that's Casual Predecessor League, the one and only amateur league featuring viewer-submitted games from all ranks, bronze to Paragon. I'm your host, Turkey. Let's dive right in and meet the players. For the Dawn side, that's the blue team. Over here in the duo lane, we have Captnlevi playing the Drongo. He's going to be supported by FaZe, played by Vacantnoggynyt YouTube, and then you've got Newbhunterttv on the Gideon in the mid lane, Slappy Blades TTV on the Richter in the jungle, it seems like, and Shimby played by Rompecuhlos in the off lane. Over for the Dusk side, we have Revenant played by Misery with a Narbash support played by Caged Luffy. You've got X-Rin on the Countess in mid lane. You've got Boris played by Unforgottenruler, and then Aurora played by Dreadbrown in the off lane. Let's get started. Now, the objective of a game of Predecessor is to destroy the enemy's core. That's this large crystal right here. It's one in each team's base. The way to do that is you want to push your minions through each of the towers. First, you've got the tier 1 tower, followed by the tier 2 tower, and then finally the inhibitor. Once an inhibitor's been taken, you can freely damage the core, and you'll get the assistance of some super minions to help you do that. For everything else on the map, objective-wise, you're going to have here in the jungles on the left side, the Dawn side, the Fangtooth spawning is going to give you a stacking buff. You can collect up to 3 of them. Once 3 Fangtooths have been taken in a match, you're going to then have a Primal Fangtooth spawn. It's a bigger, badder monster of a dinosaur, and he's going to give you an excellent buff, perfect for team fighting. Oh, we've got some action here. Drongo throwing out, was that the old Rusty on the Revenant? Narbash trying to hit him with a thump. Thump does not connect. Drongo's getting pushed back. Narbash just beating him up with his hammer, his little gloves. Revenant pushing in. Does he have the Obliterate? Energy Lance comes out from the face. Drongo forced a flash already. Goodness gracious, not even a minute into the game. Drongo in the 80s lane already lost, losing more than half of his health. Let's just stay here for a little bit. Old Rusty coming out to do some wave clear. Narbash rolling up. He hits the thump on the Drongo. Revenant flashes in. He knows he doesn't have a flash, and he's going to secure that kill. First blood goes to Revenant. FaZe, not wanting to go home empty-handed, hits the Energy Lance. Ooh, and she's going to collect it with a basic attack. Revenant, on the other hand, he's going to chase her down. And he's actually just going to chase her back, and I think they're just going to call that even there. 1-to-1 in the duo lane. You got a kill on one support and 1 carry kill. Now, you got to know about the Revenant. He will get extra gold from the kills thanks to his bounty passive, while also granting him additional power when scaling up his critical hit chance. Over here in the off lane, you got Shimby and Aurora, I see, through the veil. We can just go over here and say hey real quick. Trying to get better at navigating through the map here. Line tempo for the Shimby is just going to be excellent for wave clearing. Does she have her circle rhythm? Oh, she wants to take a fight, but Shimby's taking a lot of minion damage here. Another line tempo. She's going to be able to throw these out pretty quick. There's the circle rhythm, giving her a little bit of a shield too. Got a bit of even minion wave. And this is what offlane's all about. This is the duel of the offlaners here. How quickly can we take out these minions? How little damage can I take from the enemy minions? And how much damage can I get on the opponent with the assistance of my minions? And look at Aurora, she's being cute with a little Murdoch emote. Look at that. We'll watch them fight it out here as Detection Protocol comes down. The Hoarfrost comes out, stunning the Shimby. She's going to try to dash away with her rushing beat, and she will make it. Not a successful gank, but it will push her back into her tower, allowing Aurora to rotate over and take the Cyan buff. Gideon over here in the mid lane. Countess and Gideon both here at half health. Gideon very low on mana. I suppose he's got one more ability. He's going to opt to rotate into the left river to grab that river buff. Now, if you don't know, the river buffs will give you mana regen when you've collected them. It's not a whole bunch, but it's enough to keep you in lane. If you get both of them, you can get quite a bit back. Gideon coming down with a Cosmic Rift. Countess going to go out with the Shadow Slip. Blade Siphon combo. Eventide to come back out. Cosmic Rift comes out and slow her down. I don't think there's going to be a kill here. Why don't we roll back and see what happened over here, though? 20 seconds ought to do it. FaZe and Drongo here, challenging the Narbash and the Revenant. Energy Lance goes down. Is it going to root? It does root the Narbash, but he misses the stone. He's going to see the stock of his people, but it's just not going to be enough to heal him. Revenant immediately getting pushed back under the tower. He's got a big wave he's got to take out. Revenant does not have the best wave clear. Even late to the game with full items, it's still going to be difficult. Most of his damage is going to come from his hand cannon, which is his basic attack. Boris showing up here in the mid lane is going to push Gideon back into his tower. Gideon really does need to take it back, but he's playing aggressively. He doesn't want to drop a single minion if he can help it. Countess going to push this wave in and then choose to back off. If she had her flash here, I think she could go for a dive. Flash and a shadow slip. Ought to do it, but she's just going to go back, take her own base, and bye. Shimby here running low on mana against the Aurora.
Back in a second.
And she's also going to take her base. Richter in the jungle. He's waiting by the mid lane, but what's he waiting for? Maybe he's just taking a base. Indeed, he is just taking a base. We got the Fangtooth now spawned up. There's already a ward for the blue team on it, so they're going to see if that enemy Boris starts to do it. Boris has amazing healing, and he will be able to, he can solo that Fangtooth by himself. If no one shows up, he can solo it, not a problem. Revenant pushing in 1v2 here against the FaZe and the Drongo. His support Armash is rotating out to the river to drop some more wards. Energy Lance comes down for the FaZe. It's Gunneroo. Drongo's going to hit him with the old Rusty. Someone flashed. I think that was a FaZe flash, and Drongo's going to clean it up. Easy 2v1 on the Dusk team's Revenant. Looks like we've had action here in the mid lane. Gideon fighting the Countess. Countess doing a bit of damage. Cosmic Rift drops down that meteor. Richter shows up. He's going to hit the electrocute. He's going to run at her. Slap her with a bit of the whiplash. Oh, Countess just going to shadow step out. Richter is marked by the detection protocol. Boris comes in. He's going to deal the damage. Cosmic Rift goes down on the Boris to deal some back. And it looks like they're just going to let this go. Yeah, that was a great little fight there. Nobody died, a lot of health lost. You're going to send that Richter jungle back to lane, but Shimby, she's rotating in from the right side. Countess does not, nope, Countess does see it. She's got a ward there in the river. Well-placed ward, puts one on her backside as well in the jungle to watch. She knows that Shimby wants a piece. And Shimby, seeing the ward down, she's just going to let it go. That's probably a smart play there. Countess rotating in through the river. Sneaking up on this Gideon. I think she wants a piece of the action here. She's going to go down. Is she going to drop in on him? No, she's going to catch him when he rotates back to his own tower. Blade Cypher goes down. Eventide coming out. No, Cosmic Rift's going to miss there. Gideon doing everything he can to put a little bit of poke on her whenever he can. Revenant Narbash now pushing in on this FaZe who's here all by her lonesome. Nope, there's Drongo right there. I'm blind as a turkey in the night. Narbash gonna sing the song of his people. That's that little green aura you see emanating from him. Ooh, Richter comes out with a Rift Flash, grabs the Revenant, forced the flash. Drongo going in, hitting the old Rusty. A gag grenade anywhere. I see rat rounds popping on him. Ooh, and the Drongo's gonna secure the kill on the Revenant. That's gonna put Drongo up 2 kills. Oh, he's also gonna have 2 kills with his support. That's 4 kills for the blue team in the duo lane. Boris shows up. He does the claw and the swipe in there, the chrono swipe. FaZe using telekinetic link to pull Drongo to safety. I believe Boris is flashed out right there. He knows that he could easily be killed by this team. Gideon got the Countess 0 mana. Maybe enough for 1 ability and no health. Just better go back. If Gideon had mana right now, he could portal in there, drop a Cosmic Rift on her head, and that'd be GG for mid lane for now. Let's check over here on this off lane. Shimby. What's she doing over here? Shimby's rotating here to the mid lane. Why is she rotating? I'm just not entirely sure. Maybe she's checking for wards. She wants to grab this river buff. Okay, Aurora's going to beat her in here. Challenger Circle Rhythm comes out. Aurora half health. Not a great place to start the fight, but she might be able to take it. Shimby decides, no, I don't want to fight even though I could probably kill you. That's a beautiful ward job for that river there. Aurora going now to the mid lane. Gideon does not know she's there. Hoarfrost comes down. She's going to have a passive trial size and goes down. He portals out, but he just wasn't fast enough. He's going to get that stun. She's going to chase him down. Countess is now going to show up. Shadow Mark in there. I hear the feast going off, and Countess is going to collect it with the Blade Siphon. Wonderful rotation onto that mid lane there. Aurora's going to use her Glacial Charge and Frozen Simulacrum to kind of cheese that mid lane tower and just get on out of there. Taking a base right there in the center of mid lane. Wow, that's ballsy there. Action over here in the left lane. Let's run it back 20 seconds to see what happened. Drongo and FaZe linked together. Narbash coming up in the river. I'm pretty sure they know he's there. Yep, there's the gag grenade going down. Thunk lands on the Drongo. Song of his people in the Crash Bang Boom. Do I hear the Crash Bang Boom? No, I do not hear it. Ooh, Narbash just taking massive amounts of damage from the Drongo in the FaZe. Is Revenant going to have enough health? Is he going to have enough space to get back to tower safely? It looks like he's going to be safe for now, but FaZe eyeing up that Energy Lance, knows that she can get the kill and the stun here. Let's check mid lane. Shimby Richter against Countess and Aurora. Richter's gonna go for that hook. Oh, and he's gonna miss. Imagine how big that would be if they got it. Energy Lance goes down onto the Revenant, who's just barely out of his tower. The gag rounds go down. He's silenced. He can't do anything. Drongo just gonna run him through the tower and grab him with those basic attacks. In fact, FaZe is gonna secure that kill as to not risk spending any more time under that tower than they need to. We've got Boris and Countess both rotating into the ADC lane. They're on a ward. Blue team sees that they're here. Drongo and FaZe, if they're looking at their map, they know that they're here. And I'm pretty sure they saw him. They said, let's take the gold. Let's get home. Let's spend some of this hard-earned cash. Aurora's over here. She's just going to be farming up this lane by herself. Shimi's going to come back. There's 4 members of the red team over here in this side of the jungle. Let's go check on Richter and Gideon. Cosmic Rift goes down and do a little bit of damage to the Countess. Richter back and forth, dodging between this wall. He's doing a little left. He's doing a little right. He's trying to get that hook. But I don't think he knows that there's this many players over here. If he hooks one, he might end up dead if he doesn't have backup. Drongo now getting back to his side of the lane here. Hanging out with Richter for just a moment. Richter's going to go do his 3 camps. Looks like he wants to clean his side of the jungle up. You got Boris and Countess here. Gideon just hanging back. Ooh, there is the Void Breach going down on the Countess. Oh goodness, someone's unstoppable over here. Drongo's having a field day. Let's run that back and watch it again. Let's go 10 more seconds.
Take it down a notch.
All right, starts with Revenant and Narbash versus the Drongo and the FaZe. Telekinetic Leap goes down. Gag Grenade goes out on the Revenant. Takes a lot of damage. Energy Lance is gonna root him. Drongo walks right up. He's got the Rat Rounds activated. He's gonna pop him with all that, all that wasteland damage. Boris, Detection Protocol. Chrono swipes right in there. He's going to beast down this Drongo. FaZe, hoping that she can have her telekinetic link up ready to pull that Drongo out of danger. Waiting for it to come up and pull down. Energy Lance comes down. Are they going to be able to pull this? Richter walking in. Does he have the skewer ability ready? He does not. A well-timed Richter ultimate right there could have secured the kill on Boris, but maybe he just doesn't feel confident in it. Drongo pushing up, less than half health. Only Narbash can contest, I'm pretty sure. Oh my goodness, Narbash is going to land the thug. He wants to take a fight with the Drongo. Some of his people comes out. He says, I need some healing. This Drongo hurts and it's going to kill me. And he sure did. Boris now showing back up with less health. Drongo with a shrapnel cannon just to get out of danger. Wow, that was a 150 IQ play. He could have killed the Boris with that ultimate, but staying alive here, denying the enemy a 380 gold bounty is actually pretty big for him. Drongo's quite fed at this point. Richter fighting the Aurora in the off lane, goes for the hook, misses. How is he gonna figure this one out? Aurora Horfront. Ooh, Richter ultimate coming out. It's gonna miss. There's the electrocute ability. Does he have the shock therapy? Can he stun her? Can he silence her out of her next ability? The glacial Boreal sweep here. It goes down right there. There's the hook at the point blank range. Just not enough damage. Narbash shows up. He's gonna hit the crash bang boom, does he? I thought I heard him singing crash bang boom, but that must have been the song of his people. Gonna provide some of that passive healing over to the Aurora. And it looks like we have a disconnect for the blue team. Shimbi has DC'd. I'm not entirely sure how long she's been out, but we'll see if she comes back in. Oh no, here's Drongo. Let's roll this back and see how it plays out. Alright, you got 3 from the blue team here. They're fighting, I believe Revenant has him in his ultimate, no? No, I'm blind. I missed everything. Let's back it up 10 seconds. Where's the Revenant? Okay, there's the Revenant. Okay, yes, in the Revenant ultimate. Countess sneaking back up around the Drongo. Drongo chasing down the Revenant, who's in the ultimate with Gideon. I did not see that coming. Countess going to feast on the Drongo. Countess taking a lot of damage so far. Obliterate comes out. I think it connects. The damage is dealt. Detection Protocol comes out. Revenant's just going to clean it up with a shot from his hand cannon. That's a big bounty. Somebody just got paid out almost 800 gold, I'm sure. Last time we looked, it was a 380 gold bounty on the Drongo. FaZe still has a 280 gold bounty. And ooh, look at that 5 kills for Drongo. He's pretty fed right now. I bet he feels like he can take any fight and win it. Minion's going to push into this tower. They might just take that plate. Nope, there's only 3 left. I don't think they'll get that plate done yet. Red team rotating together, Narbash, Revenant, and Boris. They see this Fang Tooth. It's not warded. I didn't see a sweeper go down, but they're going to go for it anyway. Red ward gets dropped back to the blue side jungle. Drongo jumping over the lip there, wants to put a gag grenade down. Not sure what he's planning to accomplish here. Energy Lance from FaZe comes out. She's going to get in there. Flash wave to group up with her Drongo. It's a smart call. Get together. Count is going to rotate in on this. Shrapnel cannon comes out to deal some damage. A psychic flicker comes out. Ooh, Narbash taking big damage from the Drongo. Now Gideon hurdles in there with his ultimate, causing a bunch of red team members to flash out. Revenant about to take a final shot from the Drongo. He goes down. Gideon collects it with a basic attack. There's the Void Breach going down. Cosmic Rift both miss as well. Richter comes in with a Riplash, missing as well. Aurora is going to get a free push over here. Shimby has reconnected to the game. How far behind is she? Oh no, she's level 8 and Aurora's level 11. This is not good for Shimby. This is not good for the blue team, in fact, if she can't stay connected long enough, but I bet they feel like they can really carry with this Drongo. All right, there's a fight going down over here, so 1v1. Let's roll this back 20 seconds. How did they get into this position? All right, Drongo rolling up into the enemy jungle. Boris just now getting to his 5 camp. Drongo's already at 3/4 health. He can definitely die by this Boris. He sees the Boris. What's he gonna do? Try to steal it? Old Rusty comes out. He wants to take a few of those minions. He's gonna get him. Chronos Swipe comes out for the Boris. Primal Roar comes out as well, and he's just gonna base tank everything he's got, putting him down in the dirt. That's a kill for Boris, and he desperately needs it. Richards missing the Riplash. He's got Electrocute rolling. He wants to chase her down. Shimby is back, but she's very low on experience. She's only level 8. This Aurora could kill not just Shimby, but Richter too. If they don't have enough damage to put her down, she will get them both. However, she's just going to take the safe play and go back. There is power in numbers, and Aurora knows that. She said, I'd rather not mess around. Let's save this ultimate for a team fight, a deciding team fight that could win us the game, win us an objective, or even get us some towers taken. FaZe now contesting the Revenant, who's by himself here in the left lane. Drongo's coming up as well. You've got Narbash and Countess pushing down tier 1 tower. It looks like they're going to get this tower down. I don't know. They need to focus it. Gideon's still here. They're taking down. Countess taking damage from the tower. And those towers hurt. Gideon drops a Cosmic Rift down. Richter comes in with the Skewer ultimate, getting both. Crash Bank Rift comes out from the Narbash. He's going to knock up both of these doofuses. Thump comes out, sings the song of his people, and marches away. FaZe shows up with an Energy Lance. She's going to grab that Countess. Cosmic Rift goes down. Not a lot of damage, but it's more damage. Boris now coming in, Richter coming back in, despite this crazy thinking to group up and get together. Blade Siphon comes out, Countess targeting the Gideon. She wants to take out this damage. Feast ultimate coming out, but just not a lot of damage. FaZe healing it up. I believe I heard a Hyperflex ultimate coming out. Shimby now wants some action. She charges in there, hits the circle with a person. A little bit of shield action, a little bit of AoE clearing on these minions. And it looks like they're all just gonna go back to base. I think that's the right call. Boris gonna stick around, grab this bit of experience, and hold up that wave from pushing into the tower. That's a very safe bet there. What's Revenant doing over here? He's free farming these minions. He's pretty behind. Revenant has died 5 times. He needs to stick around as much as possible, anywhere he can get some experience, and do it. He was thinking about taking that 5 camp, but seeing Boris, he said, no, I don't want to BM him like that. I'll let him have his 5 camp. A very sportsman-like thing to do. Revenant still hanging out, not having full health. Shouldn't be too much of a problem with Boris here. FaZe and Drongo rotating here. Are they going to check this red side jungle? Oh, it looks like they're going to catch a Countess here in the river. Did I see an Energy Lance go down? There's the Energy Lance right there. Countess maneuvering behind those walls. Narbash comes around with a thunk. FaZe having to flash out. And I remember each flash is going to cost her about, I think it's 50 or 60 mana. So while it's not a ton, it can definitely add up. Narbash singing the song of his people, throwing a thunk out there. March, the Wolver comes out of the shadows. Let's roll this back to see this exact engagement. Alright, watch the Aurora here from the river. No one sees her. There's no wards available for the blue team on that side. She's just going to get in there all sneaky-like. Alright, here comes the Ice Queen. We see the action unfolding. She sees the Aurora. Glacial Charge in there. Hoarfrost comes out. Basic Burial Sweep. Prioritize him just for the phase. I feel like she's got a personal vendetta against this champion. Gideon throwing basic attacks and abilities when they're on cooldown. Countess rolling up on that Gideon. Shimby now here. Countess forced to flash out. Shimby wants to chase her down with a rushing beat. Because she landed line tempo. No, she doesn't need to. Countess flashing out. Shadow slipping out. Sorry. Revenant obliterating from the shadows. Narbash going in there with Boris onto the Shimby. She's still low on those experience levels, but she's higher than the Narbash. That's going to be quite a bit of help. Revenant taking out the Drongo there. Shimby and Gideon just going to try to clear this wave. That's 2 down on the blue side. Boris engaging on the Gideon and Shimmy. Aurora, Glacier charging in there, hitting the Boreal Sea. Gideon uses the portal to go up into the sky using his Black Hole ultimate. Shimmy gonna take out the Aurora. Energy Lance comes out for the phase to slow down Boris. Root him then. Shimmy now trying to take Boris out. She can't get him. Oh no, she gets caught out by the Remnant ultimate. There's a fight happening here in the Nether Realm and we just can't see it. How's it gonna go? Shimmy's gonna escape. Remnant's gonna come back around, clean up that phase. Boris survives with just, what, 30 health? 40 health? Goodness, man. Boris is one heck of a champion. He can take so much damage and deal so much damage at the same time. It's wild. Omeda's definitely gonna have to do something about that. Richter and Drongo teaming up here to clear up this little bit of wave. Narbash just poking around, dropping some wards out in the enemy, his enemy's jungle. That's the blue side. Excellent wards. He's covering vision all around this right side of this Fane pit. It's the right side for us. It's the left side for the red team. And that's gonna cover quite a few rotations. You're gonna cover the mid rotation on this ward. You're gonna cover the back rotation, potentially the flash into a steal. And then you've also got the front, which just for good measure, you can tell if the enemy's gonna come in and contest right at the gates. 4 members here for the red team, 4 for the blue team. Shimby nearby as well. Richter throws a Riplash out there, doesn't connect. That might have been good. If it did connect, they might have just dove in on him with only a Gideon around. I'm not sure if they could have handled that. Narbash thumps the Drongo, and he's just going to stay cool, take the damage. Richter goes in with the electrocute. Ooh, Skewer hits 2 of them. Cosmic Drift goes down. Richter pulls somebody. Boris going in. The Crash Big Boom comes out from the Narbash. Richter's Boris' Earthside ult gonna take out somebody there. FaZe flashing out. Shimmy wants to chase down this Boris, but she's gonna have to settle for the Narbash. FaZe still here, providing that passive healing, providing the psychic flares, the blind. Energy Lance comes out. Will it catch him? Drongo chasing him down, and he will secure the kill. That's 4 down for the red team. Blue team's gonna secure that Fangtooth buff. But meanwhile, Aurora, not even challenged. She's gonna take out this inhibitor, this right lane inhibitor, just gonna straight take it out, non-contested. Fake Shimby now shows up to contest. She's gonna have to pull these minions. They're gonna have super minions spawning here. They're gonna have to keep an eye on this lane. Richter jumping in there, grabbing the Riftflash. Cryosizing comes out from the Aurora. Will she fight this? It looks like she wants to fight this. Boreal Sweep, Warfrost going down, slowing up that Richter, rooting him in place. She's doing so much damage with that passive. It's just a little bit of max % health damage each second. Now, she wants to take on the Shimby. Boreal Sweep goes down with the slow. Warfrost. Ooh, Shimby rushing beast right into it. FaZe is going to show up with the Gideon, trying to Energy Lance. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. Gideon chases down. He portals in there. Riftbreaker comes out. Horfrost goes down. He knows the portal's down, so he's going to have to flash or just simply walk around it. Oh, wow, they really want this one. Void Breach goes down. Cosmic Rift goes down. I don't see it hitting. Drongo's going to get taken out here by this Countess, though, is he? Yes, he is. A little bit of damage over time. Going to take out that Drongo. I need to slow my camera down a little bit. And minions actually taking out the core. Taking out the blue team's core. Richter shows up just in time to clear that wave, but it's already taken about, maybe a quarter damage. I think red team here, although they're 2 kills down, I think they have the advantage when you've got an inhibitor down. Let's look at it from the red team side. When you have an inhibitor down, you're going to be constantly pushing in these super minions. And they're really hard to take care of. Look at this guy. He's real beefy, man. He's got 2 swords and an awesome piece of headgear. Richter's still here. He's going to take the base. All right, action going down over here. I want to rewind this about 10, 20. Let's go 30 seconds.
Be quiet.
All right, fight's going to break out on this blue side jungle. Gideon and Countess dueling here in the river. Boris is coming by. FaZe shows up with telekinetically, trying to give some of that healing. Ooh, Energy Lance around the corner. Was that such a great idea, FaZe? I don't know. Detection Protocol comes out for the Boris on the Gideon, but he wants to fight the FaZe instead. Primal Roar's going to go down. He's going to fear that Gideon. He's going to Chrono Swipe into a FaZe with a beautiful pullback. Boris just going to flash right in there. He's going to want to finish off this Gideon FaZe. Energy Lancing onto the Countess. Can she kill the Countess? No, but Drongo shows up just in time. Boris jumping up into here, onto the Gideon to follow him down, taking a couple tower shots. Drongo showing up then immediately after to put down the bees. Wow, what a play there. I'm glad we were around to see that. That was quite exciting. Aurora here, pushing down the mid-tier 2 tower, uncontested. Meanwhile, Richter's over here trying to hold off these minions. Core's at 72% already. That might not seem like a lot, but that could be a game-winning difference. If things come down to the line, that 30% off the core could spell the doom for the blue team. It could set the victory condition for the red team. Now, we have Orb Prime has officially spawned. Blue team is up 17 kills to red team's 14 kills. Left side of the jungle completely warded up here for both the red and the blue team. Red team having a little bit better vision, but it's not their jungle and they want to see those early rotations. Aurora now does she want to fight this Drongo here in the river? No, Drongo just going to clean up some of these red side wards. Now, there's a period of time when you place a ward that the ward can be taken out. Shimby, FaZe, and Drongo rolling up here on this Aurora. Can she fight both of them? I don't think she wants to. Simulacrum out, Glacial Charge, she's going to be safe. I smell a fight coming in. Shaping up here with a Revenant. Countess. Shadow slipping in? Was that a blink in? I think they want to keep this blue team engaged here to try to give those minions more chance to take out the core. The core now down to 66% health. And I'm just wondering right now, would it be as efficient as having Gideon back here? He can clear those waves a lot faster. Richter's still pretty good at it for being a jungler. Being a tanky bruiser, let's see how he's being built. Elefrost and Fire Blossom, yep, he's definitely going for a bruiser build. 3 in the mid lane for the blue, 3 for the red team. FaZe and Narbash, supportal combat. Narbash thinks that he can take down this tier 2 tower, and he's got quite a little bit of a minion wave here. Psychic Flare used to clear. Drongo gonna show up. Narbash singing the song of his people, marches out, but still has to flash out. Drongo looking for that gag grenade, wants to silence him a little bit. He's got no CC. I think the only thing he's got is the gag grenade. And all that's going to do is silence him. Oh, we got action here in the mid lane. Let's roll this back. I want to see how that played out. Looks like we're going to have Gideon and Richter here defending the mid lane. Oh, man, Revenant and Boris on the Richter. Richter forced to flash out. Aurora low health. Gideon back here behind enemy lines, having to use his portal. That's the Torrent Space ability. Boris is going to jump right in there. Gideon's going to grab the Black Hole Ultimate and secure those tower shots onto the Boris. That might have been the only way they could kill him. FaZe now showing up. She wants to connect to one of these guys and give them some healing. She's going to take an Obliterate to the face. Richter walks up for a Whiplash. Misses. Probably good that he did. I think a few of these Richter Whiplashes could have been spelled his demise. You've got Drongo pushing out on this left side. He wants to take a tier 2 tower. He's only got a couple of minions. How much damage is he doing? Not a ton, but a fresh wave shows up. Revenant Narbash back to the base. They look like they're going to rotate over here to the left side. And yes, they are coming. Drongo going to be able to get away from this. He wants to put some space in between them. Narbash with the march can always catch up. Revenant goes right in with the ultimate. And that's the Reckoning. We cannot see them while they're in the Shadow Rim, but they come out. Drongo has a lot of health. Oh my goodness, I want to see the damage done there. Tower goes down. Narbash, singing the song of his people. Countess shows up. Revenant decides to stay back, but Countess goes in, hits the feast, hits the Blade Siphon, and Drongo's just going to go down.
An enemy has been slain.
Now, the tier 3 inhibitor has come back for the blue team. As you can see right here, this is in this, it's in its unactivated phase right now. Now, whenever minions walk into, say, the mid lane inhibitor, the inhibitor will pop up and deal damage to those minions or players. However, since this inhibitor has gone down once and respawned, it will not pop back up and deal any damage. The inhibitor respawns, it stops the super minions, but that's it. It's just a bait tower at this point. You're not going to be able to utilize this inhibitor to do any damage if the enemy decides to go onto it. Red wave pushed up to tier 2 on the left side. Gideon's here to clear up this wave. Revenant and Narbash just hanging back kind of in the middle of the lane. Narbash going to take a base. Revenant, where's he going to go? Does he want to drop some wards? Wow, look at this red team warding up this side of the jungle. They're not going to get caught off guard. As long as they're checking that minimap pretty consistently, they're going to see anything coming this way. Any sort of team fights, ganks, groupings, ultimates, you name it. They're going to see it. Alright, FaZe shows up here in the mid lane against the Revenant and Boris. Richter and Drongo shows up here as well. FaZe taking a ton of damage, forced to flash out. Revenant flashes in there as well. He's got to hit the hand cannon. One more from Boris. Chronos Life in there. Richter's going to hit the ult, but miss everyone there. They were a little bit too far in range. Ooh, also the Whiplash. Drongo's going to chase him down, though. Take him out. Richter going to fight this Boris here. Narbash goes in with a Crash Bang Boom. What's he doing? Solo contesting this Revenant? Hits the thunk immediately after. He's doing a fair bit of damage. He's singing the song of his people. Gag Grenade goes down. He can't cast abilities when that Gag Grenade's down. He's taking this fight. No, he just wants to push him out enough. Gideon going in. Let's see how this one goes down. Alright, there's the Gideon. Of course, Aurora here. Still plenty of health to fight this. Countess come from over the wall, drops right down, hits the beast on the Gideon into a blade siphon. Narbash shows up with a thump right at the right time. Countess goes right in there and hits him with another blade siphon. However, she's going to go down to that. What is that? No, Countess still up. Shimby takes out the boards. I didn't even see Shimby here. Line Timber goes down, circle protection neck, dashing in, but hitting the 4-flop. She sees low health bar. She thinks she can do the damage. Can she get the damage off? No, she's just gonna flash out of there. Thump goes down, perfectly landed on the Shimby. Circle protection out for more shields. She's looking for the blast cone. She wants to get out of here, but the blast cone's not there. She jukes, she jives. She could have made it out there. I believe she could have. Wow, look at the build on this Shimby, taking so much damage. Countess, I think, is gonna finish it off, but no, phase shaves up. Telekinetic link, chasing him down. Countess diving into the tower a little bit. Just not enough damage to secure the kill. Wow, Shimby, excellent job there. Great moves. We love to see it. You were definitely in a bad position, but you managed to outplay your maneuverability onto that team, and you got out alive, and you're going to need it because Fangtooth, it's up. And this is a prime Fangtooth, so you know everyone's going to want a piece of this action. Richter knows it too. He says, I need to go ahead and get a ward down. Aurora in the mid lane versus Shimby and FaZe. Shimby chasing down the Aurora. She's going for the blast cone. She's going to get over the wall into the river. But Richter already on the rotation. Is going to team up with the rest of the team. Team up with the rest of the team. That was dumb. He's going to get with the rest of the team. They're going to go over here. FaZe dropping a ward on the Orb Prime. That's going to be your next biggest objective. Aurora also realizing what's going on. Going to drop a ward. Now that's that bit of time you have. It's not a lot of time, but if you can see that ward, you can deal damage. And if you've got some attack speed, you can take out those wards as long as you get them as soon as they get dropped. Now, Boris wants to fight the Shimby. Shimby thought she could take that 3 camp, but Aurora's going to come over here on the rotation as well. Aurora just going to give it up, let Shimby be. Gideon, FaZe, and Richter in the mid lane. They're staying together. This is 27 minutes into the game. At this point in the game, the respawn timers are long. You do not want to get caught out and take a death for free at this point, making any point in a 5v5 team fight a 4v5. You want the numbers on your side, so you're going to look for a pick, but you don't want to be the one that gets caught out. Revenant putting a little bit of obliterate damage on there. Richter way far in there. He's a frontliner. He can handle it. Goes for the hook on the Aurora. Misses. Shimby shows up. Richter's trying to hold that Countess from around the corner, but she's just too fast. Gets away from it. Shadow slipping up over the wall. This blue team is on the aggression. If they can land a Richter hook, they've got it killed for sure. I guarantee it. Ooh, Shimby goes in there and takes huge damage from the red team. Gideon goes up into the ultimate. Countess gets Cosmic Rift right on the head. Richter's gonna fight this Aurora. Ooh, misses that Rift Flash. That could have been big. Electrocute's going down. He's dealing his AoE damage. He's gonna back up. He doesn't want to die here. FaZe going in. FaZe gonna secure the kill with Energy Lance. Will it root the Aurora? No, not enough to root Aurora, but FaZe gonna flash in. She wants to finish it off with a basic attack. She just might get it. Takes 2 shots from the tower. Boreal Sweep comes out for the Aurora to slow up the FaZe. She's waiting for the Energy Lance cooldown. She knows it will kill, but Countess gonna show up. Shadow Slip in there. Blade Siphon next. Eventide? Yeah. Oh, FaZe flashing right over the Aurora. She saw the play coming. Is Energy Lance going to kill her? No, Aurora snips right past the wall to block that damage. Countess now going to fight the... Nope, not going to fight the Shimby. Shadow slips out of there. Shimby now going to get caught up by Narbash and Boris. She's all by her lonesome. She's got no mana. She might be able to rush one more time. Ooh, but a perfectly hit blast gun is going to knock back the Narbash. He, however, is going to flash in there. He hits the march. He's singing the song of his people. Now he's out of mana. What are you going to do, Narbash? He's going to stay here for emotional support. Not like Boris needs to, though, as he goes into the Ursine ult and slams the Shimby down. Suplex on the back line. Checking all these inhibitors, we got minions pushing up this middle inhibitor. Meets a wave here. It's not going to take any damage. Drongo here on the left side, still holding that tier 2 tower. Wants to keep it alive for as long as possible. Red team, Narbash comes and Boris going to take out this Orb Prime. I can't see the health bar on this. And neither can the enemy team. The enemy team is going to have to get about right here into the action to even see the health bar. Making snipes from range very difficult. Not impossible, because you can always get lucky. But they're just going to... I don't even think the blue team is worried about it. They're just going to let red team have that. We're going to have to see what the strategy is. Should be down for another 30 seconds. Will red team get anything done with this Orb Prime? Narbash and Boris, they say, hey, we got to go back and buy real quick. Refill on our health and mana. Meanwhile, blue team over here, Drongo starting the prime of Fangtooth. Not taking too much damage either. Richter showing up just in time to take the aggro from the Fangtooth. FaZe as well going to provide some passive healing to her teammates here. They're going to be able to take this without a problem, I believe. Gideon shows up with the Cosmic Rift. His bit of the bursting ability damage is going to help this fight here. Now, Narbash counters the board, showing up. They had a feeling FaZe is going down. Maybe they didn't think it was going to be so soon. Song of his people from Narbash. Ooh, the thunk lands on the Gideon, but no one's going to engage. Countess pushing into that backline, while Drongo's forced to flash out over the wall. Richter all by himself doing a 1v3, about to be a 1v4. Electrocute goes out, and he just cannot stand the heat. I'm sorry, but even the tankiest of builds are going to have a hard time standing up to 4 players. A Boris and a Revenant at that, just too much damage. Countess, too much damage. Revenant getting caught out here. He's going to Reckoning onto the Drongo. They're fighting in the Shadow Realm. Countess shows up. She doesn't know who's... Well, she can see the Revenant little shimmer, so she knows he was retreating. Just showing up for a little bit of that emotional support. I say, I'm here, buddy. Don't worry. I'll body block for you if I can. But she didn't even have to. Countess is going to rotate on the Shimmy in the mid lane, though. I think she can take this fight. Shimmy dashes in, circle protection rhythm. Blaze Sniper comes out for the Countess. Ooh, Shimmy does a lot of health. She's going to have to shadow slip out of there. Shimmy smells blood in the water. She wants to go in on this. She doesn't know exactly where she went, though. Aurora now shows up with the Boris to Shimmy. Countess coming back in. Blade Siphon, do we have a feast? Charge, one rush, one flash. Ooh, and the Countess shadow slips in there, and I think a simple basic attack is going to finish off Shimby. Back over here in the left lane, where's this action going down? Narbash and Revenant fighting the FaZe Drongo. We got a 2v2 here in the left lane. Everyone else busy. Tier 3, the inhibitor on the right side has been taken out once again. Drongo and FaZe getting aggressive. Obliterate comes out for the Revenant. FaZe going in there. Crash Make Boom's going to come out. It's going to hit the Drongo. FaZe focusing on that Revenant, trying to put her damage out there. Detection Protocol comes out, so FaZe now knows Boris is about to show up. And Drongo going to chase down the Narbash, kill him. Boris going to turn around, get the FaZe. Minions are going to be powered up, needing a little bit of extra damage. Ooh, Shrapnel kind of comes out. That was a nice play into the waiting arms of a Revenant hand cannon. Now this Orb Prime buff, this is the game-ending buff in my opinion. If you can secure the Orb Prime, you can nearly secure any tower you want. All you need is a wave of minions to boost up, and maybe a couple of teammates as well. Gideon gonna chase down that Countess. Let's see how we got that off. Oh, Countess took some tower damage there. Gideon using the torrent space to portal through. Hits her with a Void Breeze. Aurora's gonna try to catch this Gideon here. I don't think she knows this portal's down. Boreal sweep comes out, deals some damage. Richter having to go back to the core to hold this. Poor Richter, she's been damage control all game, trying to get those effective hooks, missing quite a bit of the time. All the way back into the core. Left side tower's going to go down. He's got a super waves. Boris with the super minions. Is he going to stick around? He will stick around. Shimmy shows up, help the defender Richter, as well as Gideon showing up as well. They're going to take out this. Yep, mid tower's already gone. Didn't even see it happen. I think this is going to spell the doom for the blue team. I don't know how long they have on the Orb Prime buff. Boris looks like the only one to have left on his person, because when you die, you lose the buff. Shimmy goes in. She wants to stack up those stacks. Horfrost comes out. Cryoseism's going to hit both Richter and Shimmy. Richter's going to get the pull off. Wow, that was a quick pull. They're going to put down Boris. Whoa, that's a great team fight there. It's just a terrible shame that they had to lose 3 inhibitors to get that team fight. Blue team, 26 kills. Red team, 27. Blue team will have the 64-second advantage. Countess going to spawn in 5 seconds. It'll be a 3v5 if the red team tries to contest anything. There's no objectives up yet, but Primal Fangtooth, it will be spawning here in just about another 20 seconds. Orb Prime also going to be spawning in 20 seconds. What the blue team need to figure out is, how do we get these waves pushed up? Where can we allocate our resources so that we can get waves pushed out to the river, give us enough time? They could go for the Fangtooth. My recommendation, take the Orb Prime. The only way you're going to defend against this, having 3 inhibitors down, your core at 84%, is to get an Orb Prime buff. You need those super minions. If the red team secures it, that's pretty much game over. In fact, it might be game over already. We'll just have to see how this next team fight shakes out. Drongo and Gideon teamed up here on the left side, pushing up the left lane. FaZe trying to wave clear in the mid lane. Now these super minions are tough. FaZe not going to have a ton of damage to be able to take this out. No minions, so she's going to stand here and tank it. Look at that damage she's taking. Do you see that? Minions finally show up. So does Drongo to help her clear. Good call, Drongo. Excellent rotation. Now, 3 for the blue team in the left side jungle. Revenant and Narbash over there. Shimby wanting to go in on this Revenant. If she can get back stacks from her ultimate off onto that Revenant, I'm pretty sure she could kill him. Now, if you look at the minimap there, on the right side, on the minimap, you see a huge minion wave. That minion wave is going to push all the way. If they don't turn around, if someone doesn't leave to go secure that, it can all be over. All right, here's the team fight of team fights here. It's going to happen on the red side jungle. Revenant trying to get some damage off Obliterating. Energy Lance is going to land on the Revenant. Shimmy's going to go in. Revenant's going to ult somebody. I don't see who he ulted. Maybe Gideon. Oh, yeah, took Gideon to the Shadow Realm, but Gideon comes out on top. Inhibitor Tower just came up from the right side, but it goes down immediately. Ooh, let's watch this fight here. All right, looks like Richter. Hold on, I want to see this from the start. Richter on the left side. He's 1v2ing right now, keeping two of these red team members engaged. Hits the ultimate on both of them. Get the electric coming out. Is he going to hit a Rick Flash here? That's the shock therapy, trying to silence someone. Ooh, just too much damage. He couldn't take it. However, FaZe and Drongo show up at the right time to secure the kill onto the Aurora. Countess and Narbash, of course, getting together. Narbash, crash, bang, boom. Is he going to hit this? He hits the Drongo. That's going to be a high priority target if FaZe can't get him out, but she does. Narbash flashing in there. He's looking for the thumb. Detection Protocol comes out. Earth Sign ultimate comes out, lands onto the FaZe. Drongo's going to 1v1 this Countess here. Countess have enough damage to secure the Drongo. I'm not sure Boris will have enough to secure the FaZe, though. Countess does clap the Drongo there. Energy Lance trying to aim at that Boris and get that little bit of damage off. Attaching to Shimby now. The core is now regenerated to 100% health. FaZe, once the Energy Lance, ooh, she gets stumped right out of it and taken out by the Countess. Now Shimby to 1v2. Plenty of health, not enough mana though. Can she get enough damage off of the Countess? Feast comes out with the Countess. Line tempo next from the Shimby. Wow, just, it was a good try. If she had more mana, she could have maybe escaped. Using her rushing beat and her circle rhythm for shields, she could have made it. Gideon, the only one left alive to defend against 3 full waves of super minions. I don't know if these waves are pushed out enough for him to defend this for another at least 5 seconds. Yeah, he can hold it for 5 seconds. Richter's going to come back. He'll have a little bit of wave clear. FaZe not going to spawn for another 40 seconds. Shimby for almost a minute, and Drongo going to be back in about 30 seconds. I think they're going to hold here. Meanwhile, Fangtooth is up. And the decision must be made. It's already been made by the red team. They're going to go for the Orb Prime. That's a smart decision. That's like I've said, the game-ending buff. They're in prime position to take this buff. They'll give it to the entire team. They can push down every lane, have a nice big team fight on the core, and finish this match out. Blue team 28 kills, red team 31 kills. Aurora now coming in to join the action. They don't need her damage, but the moral support, it goes a long way. Red team takes the Orb Prime. Now let's see what they do from here.
The Orb Prime.
Countess gonna push down the mid lane. Revenant, Narbash gonna stuck on the wall. Revenant, Narbash gonna rotate over here to the Gideon. They see him there. Drop a ward. That's smart. You can catch anyone on the flank. Blue Gideon's gonna drop a ward right there. Ooh, that was kind of embarrassing. Sorry guys, you have to take the walk of shame. Go around now. Boris and Countess up on the front lines. Shimby's pushed out a little bit as well, but she can get back out easily, no problem. Drongo's going to put some damage on that Countess. She's going to have to shadow slip away. Shimby picking a fight with the Aurora over there. All the red team members on the right lane there. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we froze here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Sorry about the technical difficulties we've been having. That's just the predecessor servers. Let's go ahead and continue with the action. Alright, Shimmy fighting alone there in the right lane. Whole red team is over there on the right side. FaZe, Gideon, and Drongo holding up this mid. Is Shimmy going to get caught out here? Cosmic Rift coming out for the Gideon, dealing a damage. A lot of damage going down on the Countess there. FaZe shows up Energy Lance. Narbash is going to crash bang boom. I don't think he gets it off. Thump goes down on Drongo. Thump goes down on the Gideon. Countess feasting on the Drongo. Richter jumping out of the portal. Get in there. He's going to hold onto the Narbash. Are they gonna push the score down? Shimmy, Gideon, Drongo, Richter left to defend against 5. Gideon ultimate comes down. Oh my goodness, he's gonna catch almost the whole team there. You're gonna have to see some flashes coming out. Shadow Mark. Narbash going down to the Shimmy. Countess, she gonna make it away? Countess will make it away, but at the expense of her entire team. I'm not sure what a Countess can do here. Primal Fangtooth still available. Can still be taken. Blue side. might be looking to take that objective. It's the only objective left. They've got nearly 60 seconds to 70 seconds before the entire red team respawns. Countess, the only thing she can do is head back to base, spend her last little bit of gold, and hopefully hold on these waves. Oh, what's wrong here? Foliage, turn off, thank you. Now, left and mid inhibitor have respawned for the blue team. Those inhibitors are back up, so super minions stop spawning. Shinbi in the right lane, pushing up that right lane, contesting those super minions, trying to push it as far as she can. Richter, Drongo, and Gideon, they think they can end the game here. They're going to push up to mid tower. Countess still has the orb prime buff. She fights with these minions. She will have more damage, but she's not going to fight with the minions. She's going to get back as far as possible. That Richter hook, it's a huge threat. You can miss a bunch of Richter hooks. All you have to do is hit that one. Cosmic Rift goes down to the Countess. She's going to try to fight just about everyone here. Red team's core down to 80%. Is anyone going to spawn fast enough? Revenant coming in for 1 second. Will it be enough? 60% on the core. Countess going in there, getting as much damage as she can. Beast goes out on the Gideon, but Drongo's going to shrapnel cannon and get her. Gideon's going to get that. Well, who got the Gideon there? What is going on? Back this up. Revenant pops out from the... He goes to the Shadow Realm with the Richter. Drongo takes him out. Revenant's going to take out the Richter, it seems. Narbash going for the thunk on the Drongo, trying to stop him. No, Richter went down. Countess is down. Gideon is down. This is a 4v3 with the red team being up one person. Shinbi managed to push this wave with super minions all the way up to that tower. Drongo finally going down to the Boris. Oh my goodness, this is a... Oh, now we've got a match on our hands. Nearly 40 minutes into the game. 33 kills for the blue team. 35 kills for the red team. Revenant gonna clean up those minions over there. Keep them off the inhibitor. At this stage of the game, the respawn times are so long. If you take a bad team fight, lose 1, 2, 3 champions, you're going to have a hard time contesting anything. Shinbi, 1v2ing against Narbash and Boris in the mid lane. She's got to hold this. Doesn't have to hold it here, but she needs to keep that tower alive. If they spawn super minions again, it's going to be hard to take any fight anywhere. Narbash looks like he wants to go ward. Yes, indeed, he's warding that backside. He wants to keep vision on the backside of the Fangtooth. They're probably lining up to do it as we speak. Should be fighting 1v1 with Aurora in the right lane. Faye's still here. Pushing up a little bit. Aurora gonna glacial charge. She saw the phase. She wants to get out. Boris, on the other hand, wants to go in on this Shinbi. No, he changed his mind. He's gonna beat a retreat. All three inhibitors now respawn for the blue team. Red team missing 40% of the core health and a middle inhibitor, with about 1/4 of damage being taken on the right one. I honestly don't know who's going to win this game now. We got a 5v5 going. Orb Prime is about to spawn. Fangtooth is ready. This is going to come down to objectives. Is it going to come down to a base race? Are we going to have a 5v5 team wipe to secure this? I just don't know. I will say, however, that these two teams are evenly matched, very evenly skilled. Every now and again, you'll get a game of Predecessor that is just an excellent fun. Okay, Richard grabbing the Riplack. He's going to open immediately afterwards. Takes a bunch of damage. Doesn't take any damage from the Boris. Narbash crash bang booms onto the back line. Gets the phase and Drongo. Narbash probably going to go down. Richter going to go down to the whole team right there. Drongo securing the kill for Narbash. Trial Siphon comes out for the Aurora. Energy Lance goes down. There's just death and destruction all over the place. How's this going to go? We're in a 3v4 right now. Gideon out of the team fight. Let's run this back. Where's Gideon this whole time? He's on the left lane. No! This is a 4v5. Blue team's gonna come out ahead though. Countess dives in. Blade siphons. She's gonna take too much damage from the Drongo. Drongo's gonna kill her. Revenant goes in on the phase. Gets her into the Reckoning Ultimate. Aurora, Hoarfrost down. Does not hit the Drongo. She dies by the Drongo. You live by the Drongo. You drive. You live by the Drongo. You die by the Drongo. Revenant gonna try to take out this Gideon here. I don't think he's got enough damage. That's a team wipe for the red team. Blue team only surviving by their Gideon. Unfortunately, and this is a sad thing, we're going to be sitting here for an entire minute waiting. What is Gideon going to do? I suppose we could speed this up just a little bit here. At least until people respawn. Gideon just pushing up.
The allied core is
pushing
under
up.
attack.
Is he going to end this game? Oh my goodness, Gideon ends the game all by his lonesome, pushing in a wave of super minions, taking out that red team's core. My, oh my, that was not an ending I expected. Final kill count, 38 kills for the blue team, 39 kills for the red team. Congratulations, blue team. Well played by Newbhunterttv. He's played enough late games. He's seen how this shakes out. He's the only one left alive. He had the super minions. He had the chance. He took it, pushed them all the way in before anyone could respawn, finished off that core. Well played to everyone, and GG for the blue team. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. If you have a game of Predecessor that you'd like to see casted, you can whisper us on Twitch at TurkeyJarTV or send us an email over at turkeyjarmedia@gmail.com. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great day, a wonderful afternoon, excellent weekend, good night, and God bless you, friends. Turkey out.